Hi everyone, I'm Amber Weems and you've tuned in to the Picayune Roundup. Thanks so much for watching us on ThePicayuneTV.com. One of our friends and neighbors likes to get his hands dirty under the hood, but at the same time, Mustang Lube mechanic Bernie Sachs isn't afraid to pick up a paintbrush and create beautiful art using watercolors.
My son and daughter live aboard a boat like this in Washington State, Puget Sound area. So I had them in mind when I painted this, but I call this Racing Home. When we dine tonight, will we be relishing our victory or lamenting our defeat?
For his day job, Sachs manages a car lube and maintenance shop in Marble Falls, but his real love involves poetry and painting for much of his adult life.
I like to paint, for example, with light coming at me rather than coming from behind me. There's something that draws my attention to that.
What started as sketching in high school developed into a full-fledged hobby after his wife bought him his first watercolor kit for their second-year anniversary.
I have always been fascinated by watercolors because a lot of times you don't have control of everything. And once the pigment goes into the paper, you have a very short window of time to move it. And a lot of times you end up with a surprise.
Sachs has been one to share a few surprises himself. He was featured in a Picayune story in 2011. He honored a local restaurant owner, Virginia Civils, with a painting of her making biscuits.
I called it the Biscuit Queen of Marble Falls. And they hung it up in their restaurant. People began to learn that I painted because they'd come by my lube shop. And they'd say, "Oh, Bernie, what are you doing here? You should be painting." And so I put it into my head. I got into my head, well, what could I, if I really disciplined myself for painting every night, how productive could I be? And as a result of that, 3 years ago, everything that you see is the product of that impetus to paint, so to speak, in 3 years.
The only thing that seems to outshine his paintings is his ability to turn a phrase in poetry.
The poem is, "Horses graze without a clue. If they only knew how splendidly they enhanced the view."
Look for this story in the February 29th, 2012 issue of The Picayune. Well, folks, that was your roundup. Until next time, for ThePicayuneTV.com, I'm Amber Weems.